Y'all, it looks like there is a lot of tension going on between Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. Cause why the streets saying Kelly can't stand Beyonce? This has to be one of the biggest and messiest beefs that we are about to see in a hot minute. Now, Beyonce has had a lot of people in the industry come for her in the past, but this is the first time we're seeing someone in her innermost circle allegedly beef with her, and it's pretty serious. Kelly has been open in the past about how she used to feel jealous of Beyonce's accomplishments, and it looks like she was right to feel a type of way because it looks like Beyonce has been moving weird for a hot minute now. Child, y'all gotta get on this drama because Kelly did not come to play with Beyonce. I know, this is surprising because Beyonce and Kelly have been besties since the 90s and they grew up like sisters. Even Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina Knowles, has said that Kelly is like a bonus daughter to her because she pretty much raised Kelly since she was a teenager and had to live with the Knowles family full time. So if you're wondering why Beyonce and Kelly have fallen out, it's because Kelly feels like Beyonce has been keeping her career down and holding her back from achieving the full extent of her career and abilities. This situation blew up a couple of days ago after it was reported that Kelly had walked off set of the Today Show when Beyonce's name was brought up. And this had people talking about how she still seems to be very jealous of Beyonce. And when I say still, I mean that literally, because a couple of years ago, Kelly opened up in a song about how she felt a type of way about Beyonce's success in her career. Even though they are both successful in their music careers and are queens in their own right, it goes without saying that Beyonce is the real breakout star of the group. She is one of the biggest celebrities in the world, and she is on nobody else's level. So Kelly understandably felt a type of way about this. In her 2013 song, Dirty Laundry, Kelly opened up about her feelings about Beyonce, saying, "While my sister was on stage killing it like a mofo, I was enraged feeling it like a mofo. Bird in the cage, you would never know what I was dealing with. Went our separate ways, but I was happy she was killing it. Bittersweet, she was up, I was down. No lie, I feel good for her, but what do I do now? Forget the records off the record. I was going through some BS. Post-Survivor, she on fire. Who want to hear my BS?" So yeah, she felt a type of way about Beyonce, but we all thought that she had gotten over her feelings about Beyonce. But fans now believe that she still feels some sort of way about Beyonce after she was reported to have walked off the set of the Today Show when Beyonce was brought up. Now, things started off shady when several employees on the Today Show accused Kelly of being a diva on set just because she didn't find the dressing rooms on the setup to her taste. They claimed that she and her team threw tantrums and ended up walking off the set in a huff, even though she was booked to co-host a segment of a show. An insider spoke to Page 6 and said Kelly and her team were not happy. They did not like the dressing room, so they decided to pull her off the show, leaving them without a guest host for the 10 a.m. hour. Kelly Rowland was on the show to promote her new Tyler Perry-produced Netflix film Mea Culpa, in which she stars and is also a producer. Rowland's abrupt exit left Today insiders perplexed because she's beloved at Today. She was getting the full hour and Hoda's the biggest hype woman on the planet. It made no sense. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised when I heard this because Kelly has been in the game for more than 30 years now, and there has never been an issue with her before. I haven't heard of her being a diva or being disrespectful or anything other than professional, so it was weird to hear that she was rude on the show. But this wasn't all, because an insider claimed that the producers weren't deliberately trying to disrespect Kelly because all the dressing rooms on the set were small. The insider said dressing rooms at Today are known to be some of the smallest in the TV industry, practically glorified closets. They're not nice. It's the oldest building. There are major space limitations. It's not glamorous. It's not fresh flowers, candles, and gourmet food. It's basically a white box. But as it turns out, everyone who spoke on behalf of the show was lying through their teeth and trying to protect the show, because the whole thing happened when the interviewer crossed one of Kelly's biggest boundaries, which is the fact that interviewers aren't supposed to ask her about Beyonce and bring Beyonce up. Now, before y'all start calling Kelly a hater, she was actually doing the smart thing. See, Beyonce rarely gives interviews, and she is so private that we barely know anything about what's going on in her life. As a result, interviewers want to know all they can about Beyonce, and whenever they get a chance to talk to someone in her inner circle, they tend to make it all about Beyonce and dig into her big time, which leaves little to no time to talk about Kelly or whoever it is that is on the show. So yeah, Kelly has this rule in place that's meant to protect her and her interests. But even with that, most interviewers don't respect the boundary and they ask her all about Beyonce. For example, Kelly was recently on a press run to promote her movie with Tyler Perry titled Mea Culpa. Now, there are a lot of things you can say about Mea Culpa because a lot of people hate hate that movie and wish that Kelly never did the movie. But that's by the way. When Kelly was on the press run and talked about her and her project, the only thing that the interviewers wanted to talk about was Beyonce and her upcoming album, Renaissance Act 2.
Whole new couple of songs, and it's my understanding that Renaissance 2 may or may not be country based. And then there's a rumor going around that Renaissance 3 may be either rock based or a DC reunion.
That is her business to talk about.
Girl, I'm gonna need these interviewers to be for real and start acting professionally. Kelly was clearly fed up because she checked them and put them in their place.
Just ask them. I'm here talking about Mia Copa on
Okay,
February
amen.
23rd, and that's what I'm most excited about right now. I think that that's that, and that, yeah, and I'm.
Anywho, the same thing happened in an earlier segment of the Today Show, and that's why Kelly walked out.
What do you think about your friend Beyonce? She's like your sister. You guys literally grew up together. She's stepping into country.
So proud of her.
I know, but were you surprised? And what do you think about it?
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
So happy for her.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Shout out to Kelly for standing on business and sticking to her boundaries, because that's the only way these interviewers are going to learn. But unfortunately, things are strained between her and Beyonce right now, because Kelly is convinced that her connection to Beyonce has been keeping her career down and holding her back. According to an insider, Kelly believes that she would have been a much bigger act if she wasn't so closely linked to Beyonce. Not only that, but according to an insider, Kelly believes that Beyonce has been secretly keeping her career back so that she remains the #1 singer, and it looks like Kelly and Beyonce might be on the outs, at least for now. However, fans are on Kelly's side here and think that the interviewers were out of line, and they said how insanely annoying and disrespectful it must be to continue to be in someone's shadow for years when you have your own life and career. These clowns know that Kelly doesn't want to talk about Beyonce every time she's interviewed, and still and yet they disregard her request. I think it's disrespectful and unprofessional for journalists to constantly ask Kelly Rowland about Beyonce, especially when she's trying to do press and have her moment as an actress. And it's a known thing that Kelly Rowland does not want to be asked about Beyonce, and whether it's known or not, why would it be appropriate to ask about her every single interview? I'm sure she asks interviewers to avoid those questions and they still ask. Just rude and unprofessional. Anywho, y'all drop your thoughts about this in the comments and then check out this next video.